Hi all, Libertarian Trekker here, and welcome to my channel. If you're wondering, no, my camera isn't jacked up. I'm deliberately not showing my face for privacy reasons. I'm also doing this on my phone, so I don't have any fancy video editing. So for now, channel will be bare bones. I had originally planned on starting this channel over a year ago, but last January, that is January 2021, I'd begun to have some medical issues. I'd been passing blood in my urine, and because of the whole hysteria of the Chinese bat sniffles, I couldn't get in to see a doctor for several months. When I was finally able to see a urologist, my problem had progressed to stage 2 bladder cancer. At only 56, it came as a big shock, as they thought I was in pretty good health and was thinking I had at least another 10 years in me before shit started to break. Thankfully, I was referred to an excellent surgeon at the Mayo Clinic in Phoenix, Arizona, and in September of 2021, I underwent a full ileostomy, which included removal of my bladder and prostate gland. I now have a permanent urostomy, which has been a huge learning curve for both me and my wife, with all the life changes not being able to urinate normally ever again. We've both been out of work for several months because of this, and I think that next week we'll be back on the road. I'm not going to get into that huge pain in the ass getting cleared to work again, or if we'll ever be employed if Sleepy Joe's unconstitutional mandate gets okayed by the Supreme Court, because both my wife and I feel it's not the government's place to tell what we should put in our own bodies, and medical decisions should be left to the individual, and forcing us to make that decision to take a jab in order to keep our job is not only wrong, it's unconstitutional and immoral. If any of you out there have a similar medical situation, please let me know in the comments. Any advice and tips will be greatly appreciated. And remember, just because you have a medical condition or disability doesn't mean you can't prep and survive the coming hard times. It's just going to take a little bit more adaptation, improvising, and overcoming. A little bit about us. My wife and I are both truck drivers, libertarians, and preppers, and if that's your thing, you've come to the right channel. We live in the desert Southwest and drive for what will be an unknown private carrier running a regional Midwest runs. That's all I'm going to say about that and who we drive for, so don't ask. We'd like to keep our privacy that way. And over the next weeks and months, hopefully years, I'll be bringing you my insights on things to prepare yourself not only for the large global catastrophes, but the little everyday shit shows that we all face. Let's be prepared for the personal shit, the SHTF moments where it's just happening to you, not just your town, city, state, or country. Everything from what you should have in your personal vehicle and home to your work truck if you're a truck driver, plans for bug outs if needed be, food storage, and alternative energy sources. In the upcoming weeks, I'll be reviewing all kinds of gear from solar ovens, water filtration systems, food and ammunition storage, field craft, bang sticks, and the like. We've got several nifty gadgets that the wife and I are eager to put to use, one being a solar oven that the wife has been chomping on the bit to try out. Also, my beautiful wife, Newt, which will also be dropping by from time to time to talk about finances, the economy, and the importance of buying gold and silver. She is one smart cookie when it comes to finances and all that stuff, so you'll want to tune in for those episodes. I'll delve into a lot of this deeper in upcoming weeks, but for now I'll explain a little on how I became a libertarian. My father was a World War II veteran, and he was a Democrat, but not the Democrats we see today. They're not even trying to hide the fact that they're communists now. My dad was a Jack Kennedy Democrat. Those are long gone. To listen to my old man talking politics back in the day, you would have thought he was a Republican. It's quite funny when I sit back and realize I laugh sometimes when I think about that. Back in 1983, I was 17 and I enlisted in the U.S. Army. I was full of piss and vinegar and ready to fight to the death against the red scourge of the communism. I registered to vote on my 18th birthday at Fort Stewart, Georgia, as a Republican, just like everybody else in my company did. And for 8 years, I served in the active army, spending a lot of time in Central America. That's where questions started to come up. Some things started to really bother me. I don't know where to start with there. things started to build up in my mind. I could go on about the really hinky shit that several alphabet agencies that personally witnessed did business down there. And it really isn't pretty, trust me. But I won't, because I really don't trust the government at all at this point. That's one of the reasons why I'm hiding my identity. Discretion being the better part of valor, and to love of what little freedom I have left, I'm not going to bring any more of that stuff, so I'll just keep my pie hole shut for now for that. That being said, I spent the time in the military thinking I was going to spend a full 20 years and get my retirement. Then the unthinkable happened. The Soviet Union collapsed and the U.S. military didn't need any infantry, armor, or artillery soldiers anymore. So I was riffed out, or what they call reduction in forces. Hated my DD-214, and so I made my way back to my hometown on the East Coast and got a job at the Department of Defense. And since I kind of missed the Army, I enlisted in my state's Army National Guard, which wasn't all that bright to begin with. Should have just stayed out at that point, but that's neither here nor there. I spent the majority of the 90s there in the National Guard. Got married, settled down, did a tour in Saudi Arabia, Iraq, and Kuwait during the first Gulf War, and just plodded along. That was a whole bunch of mistakes. I think the 90s can be chalked up as one big drunken mistake in my book. But again, that's neither here nor there. All the while, as I got older, I began to notice that things were increasingly starting to bother me, but I just kept my mouth shut and continued to soldier on. In that time, my now ex-wife and I moved out west, and I took a job at the county sheriff's office, pretty much continued on as we did live back east, but still, there was a few things starting to really beginning to bother me. 9/11 happened, and it was like all of us who remember that day vividly. We were where we both were, who we were with, what we were doing, when we first saw those images on TV. And I was livid, just like a bunch of you people were. We were really, really angry. We were horrified, enraged, maddened. Yeah, we got to get those bastards. Then they passed the Patriot Act because, goddamn it, we got to get those damn bastards. We got to pass the Patriot Act. And then after a while, I actually read the Patriot Act. And let me tell you, if you haven't read it, I strongly suggest you do. Because it pretty much shreds the Constitution and the Bill of Rights, and it should scare every liberty-loving person in this country. Because if you don't know what your rights are in the first place, it's that much easier to take them away. I won't get too heavy-handed in it, and I'll stick to everyday prepping. What my wife and I are doing, how you can prepare yourself and your family to keep the liberty we still have from being sucked into the void. Maybe someday enough of us will stand up and take our liberty back from the abyss, and maybe, just maybe, with this little channel, I can be the spark that relights the flame of liberty. Dark times are coming, my brothers and sisters, and we really do need to be prepared. If you have any suggestions for upcoming episodes, please just drop them into the comments below. Hit the like button and subscribe to get alerts for my next episode. Stay alert and be prepared. Peace out.